We did it, guys! We did it! We did it. I got a new chair. And also, we did it. I'm officially the last channel to talk about Dhar Mann. Woo! That was a lot slower of a spin than I anticipated, but I don't care. I'm excited. And you should be too. I'd just like to start by saying I never thought I'd get here. You know, I'd like to thank Jarvis Johnson, Cody and Noel, Drew Gooden, Connor Eats Pants made a video about Dhar Mann too. I'm sure I'm missing someone, but they're starting to play the music to get me off. So I guess let's just get into the video. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing all right. If you're not, hopefully we can turn that mood around today. Anyways, Dhar Mann. You know him, you love him, you probably want to be him. I mean, I know I do. That beautiful beard, the unmatched set design, the writing that could make Aaron Sorkin cry. I mean, who wouldn't want to be Dhar Mann? Anyway, thirsting aside, I just want to watch one of his videos.
Leah, I actually have this extra can of soda. Did you want it by chance?
Sure. Thanks, Frank.
It's my pleasure.
He's super nice, I guess.
Okay, so let's take this as a lesson. If the guy that you know is a TikTok prankster offers you a soda while he's like recording something on his phone, maybe don't take it. You know, just a thought. Just an idea. Maybe don't take that soda. I mean, it is a Sprite, you know, incredibly refreshing and tasty Sprite. I love my Sprite, but maybe not. Maybe not this one.
Principal Steven, I was just being nice by giving her my soda. It's not my fault that she spilled it.
Principal Steven? Me? Give Aaliyah a shaken can of soda? Why, I was all the way over here filming a TikTok. I would never. Can I see the TikTok? What? I don't even know how to make a TikTok. You're right. What a good kid, Frank. You know what, Aaliyah? You're expelled. Oh my god, guys, we got her so good! What an idiot! What was that? Don't worry, she doesn't actually get expelled, but knowing Dhar Mann, I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
Bruh, you know, that TikTok you posted yesterday? Really?
Yeah, man, it already has like 25,000 views.
I mean, that's cool, but like, what if you get in trouble? I mean, what if the principal finds out?
He won't, all right? Even if he does, I mean, it's not gonna matter for long because as soon as I start getting 1 million views a video, I'm dropping out of this place, becoming a full-time TikToker, man. Nah,
man, that's not gonna matter for long, because as soon as I increase my audience by 500 times, this won't even matter. Who cares if I get famous by being mean to literally everyone around me and burning all of my bridges to get ahead? I mean, once I make it big, I'm not gonna need sophomore English. I mean, I'll give it to Dhar Mann. He really knows how to set stakes and character motivations. If only I could get 1 million views per video. But, I mean, we're never gonna get there. In order to do that, you'd have to like and comment and subscribe and probably even share this video. And I know you're probably not gonna do that. I mean, unless...
Oh, by the way, I think someone left something in your locker for you.
What is it?
What'd you give her?
Don't worry about it.
I feel like everyone in these videos are deaf. Or at least, like, completely naive. I mean, like, come on, you see Frank 10 feet away shouting into his phone, and then he comes over to you and you're just gonna let him play you like that? You know he's pranking you! You have to know. You have to know. Come on, why would you let him play you like that? I'm not one for victim blaming, but, like... Can we have, like, a prank awareness course at this school? I mean, come on, at least, like, open it in his face so you get that little bit of instant karma. I mean, come on. You're all setting yourselves up. Okay, I'm really victim blaming here. I really shouldn't do that. But anyway, it doesn't matter at all because, once again, our man, Principal Steven, pulls through and once again sees that Frank is the common denominator in all this shit. But still does nothing, because, I mean, come on, Frank's such a good kid. How could he?
mix them up. Cool.
Okay, how many pranks is this guy gonna get away with before he gets caught, Dhar Mann? I mean, I'm starting to think that he's just never gonna get caught at all, and I'm not gonna learn a lesson from this. I mean, Dhar Mann, please, I cannot walk away from this video wanting to be a prank channel.
Yo, Frankster Nation! Yo, okay, we are back, and look at the setup. Yeah, yo, this is gonna be crazy. I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to be epic, and all I ask is for this video to hit 1 million views, and I'm coming with more and more banger. Okay, guys, I hear footsteps. Okay, yes, dude. Wait, what?
Oh, thank God. Thank God. That was a close one, Dhar Mann. You really had me on the edge of my seat there. Whew. Oh, thank God. Anyway, I think it's pretty easy to look at his videos and write them off as cringe or whatever, and sure, maybe they are, but I'm about to make a pretty bold claim here. Dhar Mann videos are modern Fables. He's like the Brothers Grimm, except more talented. I should probably elaborate on that. Let me explain. Before I can prove to you exactly why Dhar Mann videos are modern Fables, I first need to define what exactly Fables are. Which is pretty easy because I just had to Google Fable definition and it was right there. And that reads as follows. A short story, typically with animals as characters, conveying a moral. Now I know what you're thinking. That voice was super weird, and I know, it was a weird spur-of-the-moment thing, but I'm keeping it in because, I don't know, it makes me laugh when I think about it. But anyway, Josh! But Dhar Mann videos have people, not animals! They're not fables! And yeah, no shit, we literally just watched one. I'm not a dumbass, I can tell the difference between people and animals. People are sexy. Unless you're into Sonic, then it's probably a little harder to tell. Anyways, my point is that Dhar Mann is out here creating simple, short stories with an immediate and clear lesson conveyed in each and every one. Sure, they're not exactly like real life, but they're not supposed to be. Just like Fables, Dhar Mann videos oversimplify and mystify the human experience to teach important life lessons that, while maybe a given, are still important to keep in mind. Twitter might give me shit for this, but let's not lie to ourselves. None of us are perfect people. We're always gonna make mistakes and fuck up and treat people poorly and honestly just really be a shitty person. That doesn't mean any of that's okay, but it's important to recognize where we fall short, and Dhar Mann videos help us just remember and keep in mind how to be a good person when we might forget. Because at the end of the day, he's not really there to teach us about morality and ethics. He's just there to remind us to be good to each other. And I think that's really important. And sure, maybe his videos are a little cringe, but honestly, so are Fables. I mean, when was the last time you read one? The only reason you think they might be kind of cool or interesting is because you read them when you were a kid. And also because Disney does their whole Disney thing with all of the Fables when they make a movie out of them. I mean, these things are actually insane. I know most people talk about a few Dhar Mann videos when they want to make a commentary on it because they're short, formulaic, and generally just pretty easy to crack jokes about. But I want to do something different. Instead of watching another one of his videos just to further prove my Fable point, I want to show you guys some of the BTS from these videos. That's behind the scenes, not the K-pop group. Sorry to disappoint if anyone was thinking BTS was in a Dhar Mann video. At least I don't think they have been. That'd be cool if they were, but behind the scenes. We're talking about behind the scenes. And there's actually BTS for every video he's made for the last, 3 months, which, sure, for a channel that's been around as long as his, isn't that much, but it's still pretty cool to see and just get a glimpse inside the actual production of Dhar Mann videos. Also, while we're watching, I just want you guys to keep in mind, the behind the scenes of, Jake Paul and Team 10 or the Clout House and a lot of those other content machines, and just keep that in mind while we look at what goes into these videos and the environment that Dhar Mann seems to be cultivating here. Also, I just want to apologize in advance because I don't really know how to make in-depth commentary on unstructured BTS, so I just made a fan cam instead. I hope that's okay. just watching that little bit of BTS, I can honestly say I would love working on these videos. I mean, everyone involved seems like they're just having an absolute blast. And not just the actors, everyone from, the cameramen to the directors, just everyone involved seems like they absolutely love what they're making and just having an absolute blast doing it. And really, isn't that what YouTube's all about? Once you reach the point of being a content machine, pumping out multiple videos a week and requiring a production company and all that kind of stuff, I think it's really easy for you to lose sight of the initial goal and purpose of your channel. And that's not to say that burnout isn't a real thing amongst creators, but there's a real difference between, burning out from pouring yourself into your content for years without a break and everyone leaving Team 10 because Jake Paul is such an asshole to work with. But even still, Dhar Mann, cringy, content machine-y Dhar Mann, somehow managed to cultivate this production company with an awesome work environment without losing the initial goal and purpose of his channel. It's admirable, honestly. And it's actually kind of funny seeing that and realizing that the most important lesson Dhar Mann's been teaching us is one that he hasn't even had to make a video about. So of course I made it for him. Well, I'm going to. I haven't written it yet, but I'm going to. Let's get on that. Breaking down the Dhar Mann formula is honestly probably one of the easiest things you can do, because you really just have to pick out literally any video, and you already have the perfect template. That said, there really are 3 main types of Dhar Mann videos, so I'm gonna address those first, because even though we're just gonna be talking about the video we watched earlier as our breakdown, I still just want to address them because I think it's really interesting. There's the school-based videos, like the one we watched. These ones are usually a little bigger in terms of cast and scope, but the life lessons tend to be specifically about how you treat your peers rather than the more broad life lessons of the other styles of Dhar Mann videos. These ones also rarely feature Dhar himself, which just isn't the vibe I'm going for. Sorry. Then there's the classic Dhar Mann videos. These are probably the ones you're most familiar with if you've seen Cody and Noel's videos, and these ones can have a cast as small as 2. And since I'm one guy working alone in my bedroom, these are probably the ones I'm gonna go for. It's just easiest. But then we have my personal favorite type of Dhar Mann video, and these are the meta videos. Now, these are about the Dhar Mann cast in the same way that High School Musical, the series, is about the kids that go to East High. Like, yes, it recognizes the fiction of the thing it's based on, but it's also fiction itself, which is just really weird and meta, and I love it. But unfortunately, I don't have access to Dhar Mann, actually, so I'm actually not able to make one of these kinds of videos at all, which sucks. But I mean, hey, Dhar Mann, if you're watching this video, I'd love to make one with you. Maybe call me. I have my business email somewhere on my channel. You can go check that out. Anyway, with those basics out of the way, let's get to breaking down these videos. There are a few notes we can take from the time Cody Ko made a Dhar Mann video, and so let's just run through those real quick.
Raise the stakes and the emotional weight. If the antagonist loses his job, make it clear that it's his dream job, and also make him the most hateable person ever. And finally, be simple and visual.
Your audience, you know who your audience is. My audience is universal. So not everybody speaks English as their first language.
I'm now realizing Cody Ko pretty much already made this video, but I'm in too deep. So, sorry, Cody. Continuing on, contrary to most storytelling, the protagonist in these videos is actually typically the bad guy, while the good guy takes on the antagonist. Now this might sound like it doesn't make sense depending on how you've learned about characters and storytelling, but it makes sense. Let me explain. So in these videos, the bad guy is almost always the one driving the plot forward, while the good guy is the one actually getting in their way. This is pretty counter to how we're typically taught about characters and how stories are typically told. Like how Frank was the one pushing the plot forward, doing all these pranks, trying to grow his channel, but then you had the principal counter that. Frank is still the bad guy and the principal is still the good guy, but Frank is the protagonist of the story, while the principal is the antagonist. Oftentimes in Dhar Mann videos there will be a time skip, and over this time skip there will be a short montage where Dhar Mann himself has a little monologue explaining how the good guy has succeeded and how the bad guy has continued to fail. Then, at the end of the video, the good guy and the bad guy will cross paths once again, the bad guy will learn his lesson, and Dhar Mann will either have a voiceover or just show up at the end and reiterate that message and lesson one last time, and send us off with the classic, remember, we're not just telling stories, we're changing lives. So with all those tropes out of the way, let's put together our outline. So we start off with our good guy and our bad guy trying to do the same thing, but with different ways of going about it. Now, because we're making this video about YouTubers, let's take a note from Dhar Mann himself and say that our bad guy is a prank channel, you know, just constantly putting others down and harassing people to get ahead, which sure works in the short term, but in the long term, we always know how that goes. And for the good guy, I don't know, I don't want to make it sound like I think any style of content is necessarily better than anyone else's, so let's just say hypothetically he's like a comedy commentary channel, right? And you know, he just puts so much effort and work into his videos. You know, he breaks out the green screen, he likes to add in sketches. You know, he puts his absolute all into every single one of his videos. And sure, maybe he doesn't post every week, but his effort is there, his dedication is there. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's not the views that matter to him, because he just likes making good content. No, I'm not talking about anyone in particular. Why would you ask? So we start off with good guy telling bad guy what he's doing is wrong and short-sighted. But of course the bad guy doesn't listen, because if he listened he wouldn't be a very bad guy now, would he? This, of course, is the initial conflict. But then we see the good guy continuing to do the good thing to only a little bit of success initially, but over time becoming more and more successful. And then we see the bad guy who, sure, maybe has a lot of success at first, but eventually does get his comeuppance and maybe even lose his channel because of what he's doing. Then the good guy and the bad guy finally reconnect, the bad guy learns his lesson, the end. Remember, we're not just telling stories, we're changing lives, then bada bing, bada boom, 20 million views, 300,000 likes later, you're filling up your new Ferrari with premium unleaded. Anyway, I think that's all we needed, so I hope you enjoy.
Hey Josh, still working on that Dhar Mann video? Oh, hey! Yeah, I've been working on this thing for weeks now. I mean, I'll be honest, it's kinda kicking my ass, but I just know it's gonna be fantastic. Whoa, wait a minute, you've been working on it for weeks? Jeez, the algorithm must hate you, dude. Besides, no one cares about that commentary shit anyway. Well, unless you're talking about me. What, you mean like how you constantly invade people's privacy with your dumb pranks? Sorry, Josh, but that just isn't me. Who cares if they're dumb or not? Just in the last week, I've gained 100,000 subscribers. Like, here, look. Wow, that's awesome, dude. Honestly, I'm really proud of you. But I don't know, I'm not in it to get rich or anything. I don't really care about views. I just like making videos. See, that's the exact mindset that's gonna make me the next Mr. Beast and you the next has-been. Well, actually, I think you have to be before you can be a has-been. Haha, very funny. Can I, get back to editing now? Yeah, whatever, man. Can't wait to see that video when it comes out. Next year.
Over time, Josh would eventually finish his video to only modest success at first. But over time, as more and more people discover his content, he starts growing faster and faster, eventually hitting 1 million subscribers. Meanwhile, Josh, constantly cranking out prank videos, eventually takes a prank too far and loses his monetization, destroying his channel and his reputation in the process.
Hey man, what are you working on? Oh, hey. I'm actually working on the script for this massive Disney Channel video. I mean, it's gonna take me a long time, but I just know that when it's done, it's gonna be fantastic. I heard about your channel too, by the way. I'm really sorry. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, it sucks. I've been really struggling lately, Josh. I actually came over because I was wondering if you'd help me out. I mean, I can't just call up Susan and tell her to give you your channel back, but I'll probably need some help editing this thing when it's time, if you want to work for me for a little bit. Wait, what? You want me to edit, I had people do that for me. I'm not an editor. I'm a celebrity. Well, right now, you're unemployed. You have to remember, Josh, good work takes time. And if you get ahead by burning all of your bridges, you're never going to be able to turn back. You know what? You're right, Josh. Thanks. What can I help you with? Here, let me show you some of the footage I've got so far.
What's up, YouTube fam? It's Josh. I hope you love that message. And I just want to remind you to like and subscribe, because remember, we're not just telling stories. We're changing lives. Well, actually, we're really just making videos. And it's not even really a we, it's just me. I'm the only one making this stuff. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.